So this is the root hair cell. So first let me tell you all the parts of the root hair cell. So I've got a model down here. So this is the vacuole, and this gives the cell its shape, and that is found in all cells. This is the cytoplasm. The root hair cell doesn't have those parts which are there in the others. Like suppose you take the chloroplast, for example. They are only found in plant cells, and that only in the upper part of the plant. This is below this is in the bottom part of the plant, and it's not exposed to the sun. So it cannot. And the chloroplasts are for photosynthesis, and obviously the root does not perform photosynthesis. So there are no chloroplasts in this. And the nucleus, which is there in every cell, is the command center of the cell, and the cell membrane and cell wall. The cell membrane, I'll explain a different type of membrane called the selectively permeable membrane later to you. And the cell wall, it's made of cellulose, and it protects the cell. So, any questions as of now?
Is there mitochondria in this? Can you tell why?
I'm not too sure about that. I'll get back to you. So now I'll explain to you the function of the root hair cell. So the root hair cell, it is found in the root, and what happens is it sucks water from the ground. So there's small hairs on the root in the cell, and these suck water from the ground, and then they pass it on to the root, which then it goes through the stem to the other parts of the plant, and it's mainly used for photosynthesis. And apart from that, osmosis is the process of how this happens. So water molecules, they move through a selectively permeable membrane. So now a simple way in which I could explain to you the selectively permeable membrane is, suppose these are my ions, or minerals, in a simpler way. Only few of them can go through, and this is not because of partialness. This is because of the size, the shape, and the solubility of the ion or mineral. So it mainly has to be small, and it has to be soluble to go through, apart from exceptions. So basically they pass through and they get to the other part of the cell. So they pass through two different concentrated liquids. So now concentrated liquids, the water concentration is basically the amount of solute per volume of solvent. So suppose you have around 5 grams of salt added into water or something. Water is your solvent and solute is the salt. So apparently how you can say this is there will be around 1 gram of salt for every perhaps 10 milliliters of water, and that's the ratio. It's like a ratio. So that's the concentration, and the more amount of solute, the more concentrated the water becomes. So suppose there's like some 10 grams of salt to around perhaps 50 milliliters of water, then it's highly concentrated. But suppose it's just 1 or 2, then it's really concentrated. So then the surface area of the root hair cell is related to this, because there's a lot of surface area in the root hair cell, as I told you, so that more water can be stored. And that's the purpose of the surface area of the root hair cell, and it also speeds up osmosis, because many things can happen at the same time due to the surface area. Any questions?
You were talking about it moving through the high water concentration and then through low water concentration. Why is that?
See, the solute can be anything in this case. So you have the soil and you have the root. So whatever comes from the soil into the root is what I'm talking about. So it's the concentration in the soil, and it's the concentration inside the cell. So that can be anything. The solute can be anything.
And you were talking about the selectively permeable membrane. So it can only pass through depending on its size and shape. So what indicates to the cell that it's too big or it's too...
The membrane, in this case, it depends on the size of the membrane as well. Like suppose it's too large and it's not soluble because it goes through in the form of water. So if you take salt and sand, for example, sand won't go through because it does not it cannot dissolve in water, but salt does. Okay.